What's up, everybody? Welcome to Normieville.
Well, we call you normies.
So for your Sunday viewing pleasure, I want to talk to you all about another round of budget cuts that have come from ESPN. Now, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, I did a video talking about the initial round of layoffs from ESPN, the likes of Jalen Rose and Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman, and Jeff Van Gundy. Well, there's another list of employees, anchors, that have been let go of by the network, and I will talk about them here now. A short article, but the list is here. From Deadline, ESPN layoffs. Here's the list of on-air talent who were let go. Pretty long list. So let's read. On the same day, ESPN ran special extended coverage of player comings and goings during NBA free agency. About 20 of the network's top on-air talent found they would be on the move as well. A person familiar with the cutbacks told Deadline they are unrelated to the multi-round of Disney layoffs implemented in recent months. The source indicated that many of those affected by the new cuts have contracts beyond June 30th and will be paid out accordingly. But parting ways will enable ESPN to avoid wider layoffs. Well, kind of makes sense, if you will. You lay off some of the anchors, and that keeps from having to lay off the staff and the production team and other people that pretty much steer the ship, if you will. So I get it, still messed up. Here is a list of those reported to be departing, some of whom have been previously announced. Let me read the list to you. The full list is Jeff Van Gundy, Jalen Rose, Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman, which you already know about from a couple days ago. The rest is Susie Klober, Chris Chelios, Matt Hasselbeck, his brother Tim Hasselbeck didn't get let go of, Steve Young, Rob Nikovich, Neil Everett, Ashley Brewer, June Lee, Alfonso Ellis, Todd McShay, Jordan Cornette, Jason Fitz, and David Holick. That is a long list of names. I can't count. My hood math is bad. I'm pretty sure this is 20 people. Again, this keeps from having to let go other people that's lower on the totem pole that they need to keep the shows and the network going. I understand it. This is not against these people that got let go of. This speaks to a larger part of ESPN and the parent company Disney making some bad decisions with movies, with production, with some of their political views and airing them on sports network. People stop, the viewership is going down. In turn, the money for the network is going down, and so we got to let people go. It is what it is. But this isn't their fault. This is the network's fault, if you ask me. But let's read some more. Below are some of the tweets from on-air talent announcing their departures. This is Susie Klober. Again, there's a lot of people. This 38 years. 38. I wonder if she gets a severance package. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let's scroll down some more. Ashley Brewer. I don't know. I know what God has the plan for my life, and I look forward to what's next. Hopefully, she'll be able to land on her feet. June Lee, really excited to see whatever comes next. I hope so. But here is the statement. I believe this is in the last article I read. This is a statement that ESPN issued following the layoffs. Okay, ESPN issued the following statement about the layoffs. Quote: "Given the current environment, ESPN has determined it necessary to identify some additional cost savings in the area of public-facing commentator salaries." Well, that means y'all got to get on, but hopefully you'll land on your feet.
Make more money, darling.
And that process has begun. Quote, ESPN said in a statement, this exercise will include a small group of job cuts in the short term and an ongoing focus on managing costs when we negotiate individual contract renewals in the months ahead. So those of y'all that are left here on the network, you're probably going to have to take a pay cut.
Target down!
This is an extremely challenging process involving individuals who have had tremendous impact on our company. Like I said in my last video, that means nobody's safe.
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
These difficult decisions based on more overall efficiency than merit overall efficiency than merit. Means we get to keep our money. Will help us meet our financial targets and ensure future growth. For fuller analysis of these personal moves, see this piece on Deadline's Dade Hayes. Dade Hayes contributed to this report. I'm not going to click on the article, but I will leave a link to this in the comment section. The first comment pinned to the top so you can read it for yourself and do your own analysis and research. But you know what? I wonder why they didn't let these people go. I made a little small list. I'll jot this down. I went and looked at an article that showed the names and pictures of all of the commentators they have on ESPN that covers all sports from golf, baseball, soccer, NFL, NBA, what have you, right? WNBA, all that. And here's a list of names that I think either should have been considered or actually fired, right? Dominic Foxworth, funny guy, but some of his views tend to be a little more on the SJW side, so I don't, But Maya Jones, definitely he should have got canned. Tony Korshner and Michael Wilbon of Pardon the Interruption. I believe both of those guys should got canned because, for one, I don't even know why anybody still watches that show because it's lower on the totem pole with all the shows between SportsCenter, when they show SportsCenter, First Take and all the rest. I think what's that, Get Up and all the rest of the shows. Pardon the Interruption. I don't even know why it's still on the air. It's probably good for like a podcast or something, but for national syndicated television, not so much. Let's see. Kendrick Perkins definitely should be let go of. This is the LeBron James drop sniffer, just like Shannon Sharp was. Kendrick Perkins, I think, doesn't really bring anything to the argument. He thinks he's a gangster alone there a lot of times to me, and he doesn't add to the commentary, if you ask me, or any type of real debates. So, and of course, Molly Quorum, because every time I see her moderating First Take, she always wants to put her 2 cents in. I understand that she knows a little bit about sports, but you are a fucking moderator. Stop putting your 2 cents in. Stop cutting people off. Stop acting like you're the third commentator on the show. You're a moderator. Moderate. And lastly, the one name that everybody says, why didn't you let this woman go? And I know it's because 1, she's a woman, 2, she's black, and 2, she has benefited from AA, which has now been struck down in the institution of higher learning, but I'm pretty sure eventually it will come to the corporate world. But that name is none other than Malika Andrews.
Enemy spotted.
Malika Andrews should have been canned a long time ago. As many people she's thrown under the bus, as many anchors that she has openly not even debated with, but shown her distaste for and despise their opinions on certain things, like when the whole thing with what was his name, the coach from the Celtics, I forgot his name, but remember he had his scandal, and remember the guy a couple weeks ago with the with the NBA draft, she threw him under the bus, and countless others. She threw Jalen Rose under the bus, and a whole host of other people. Okay, she should have been canned. And honorable mention, real quick, I would like to say Marcus Spears and Ramona Shelburne. Ramona Shelburne, I don't know about her sometimes, man. And Marcus Spears, I don't really like his commentary sometimes either. I like his commentary, but sometimes he leans a little on the SJW side too, so he's kind of iffy. But a lot of these people should have got let go of, myself, if you ask me. So ESPN made the decision that they made. I think they should have considered some other people. It is what it is. Hopefully, nobody else gets canned. I would say that Stephen A. Smith is on the clock. You see his podcast taking off on YouTube. I don't know if that's because he sees some writing on the wall or he just wanted to venture out into other avenues, because he is good at speaking his mind. But the fact that he leans a certain way politically, he could be on the clock as well. If you watch his podcast, what I'm talking about. He's kind of, back and forth. He has some things to say about affirmative action a couple of days ago, but he also has some things to say about Biden and other people. So his opinion kind of comes and goes depending on which way you're leaning. I can appreciate his stance on some things, but he might be on the clock too. We'll see. In the case, I'm done talking about. Thank you for attending another episode of Normieville. Let me know what you think about this round of layoffs down in the comment section. Please, please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell on your way out the door. You know me, I'm just a normie, here to bring the latest and greatest in sports, news, entertainment, and politics. And I'll see you on the next video.